On January 20th of 2022, K1 Speed Phoenix made an announcement that several big changes in store for K1 Speed Phoenix with the move to a larger facility. And then they go into some of the details. Going from a single track to 2 tracks, new carts, and a larger arcade, 2 event rooms, etc., etc. That's January 20th, 2022. They made this announcement. In April, they shut down the old center with an announcement that they'd be opening soon at the new center. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So what a lot of us regular league racers and avid customers, we started to get a little confused and disappointed, maybe even frustrated. Then on June 27th of 2022, K1 made an update. While the new Phoenix Center is completely built out, we're waiting on the city at this stage. Once they've reviewed and signed off, we'll post opening date on this blog post. They had been posting opening dates on Google Maps, and so a lot of us were getting frustrated because they just kept pushing it. Then some more time passed by. In fact, nearly 2 months, where they made another update. The city has requested more parking spots from us, so we're still a little ways from opening at this time. We apologize for the inconvenience, etc., etc. That's August of 2022. Then 5-ish months later, in December of 2022, while there hasn't been much change since the last update, we're still closed with no definitive reopen date. We felt it worth posting another official update since it's been over 4 months. Parking has been approved. However, we're seeing weekly challenges and other items the city is requesting. Frustrating to say the least, but we're more than happy to work with the city. Well, I'm sure you are. Then March 2nd of 2023, another update. Unfortunately, this is not the update you've all been waiting for, as the previous update is where we still stand on all aspects. Essentially, what they're saying is no news is good news, or no news is no news. One piece of good news is that in anticipation of opening in the very near future, whatever that means, we have hired a new general manager. Not only will he be a great leader, but he's super passionate about cars, wants to get a car show going. So that's cool. Then another few months passed. Sorry for the lapse in updates, everyone. We really did think we were going to be open at one point. Between now and the last update, we're still working hard to get everything signed off by the city and open our doors. If you then go back through the approximately 1 billion comments and responses, they say much of the same stuff, that the city is what's holding them back. They talked about the center has been complete and that they're just trying to get final approvals with the city. That's all well and good. However, if you go to this website, this is the City of Phoenix Planning and Development Department. This is where permit records are kept or are available to the public. It's all public record. You can go in there, you can search for the new location address for K1 Speed, and you can pull all of this up. And if you sort by issued date, you can then kind of backtrack here. And when I do, I see that the first permit that seems to be pulled for K1 Speed is a sign permit, 2 sign permits actually, from February 16th, 2022. Those are the first K1 Speed permits pulled. Then we've got some other electrical permits. I've got all these permits saved as well, and I can go through this. I just wanted this video to be more of an overview of dates there. So you're going back to April 16th, which kind of matches their timeline that they'd be opening the new center soon. It also kind of matches my construction experience that typically you would build the place out and then you would put the sign in toward the end, and that's when you'd pull a sign permit to do so. However, what I don't see in here, and you can kind of see, that's a fire sprinklers, there's some water service stuff. There's no building permit that I can see here. I thought that was curious last year when I looked at this. What's more curious is when I started looking at this again more recently, what I found was this building permit. They do not have K1 speed listed as the project. This is the building permit though, which I took the liberty of downloading. And this is it right here. And you can see this does permit description lists K1 indoor kart racing. What's curious is that this permit was not pulled, or excuse me, was not issued until April 14th of 2023, about a year, actually more than a year after they closed the old location with a promise that they'd be opening soon. You can read the description of work, tenant improvement, which if you don't know, tenant improvement basically in construction just means there's an existing building that a tenant is going to move into and make improvements. So it's it's different than a ground up building permit where you're literally, building out of the ground and doing a bunch of underground work to start with, services, bringing in utilities and stuff like that. So a tenant improvement, just means they're going to build a kart racing facility in this existing building. And they also have the valuation there, $5.3 million. That sounds right. Square footage, 78,000 square feet. So this is the building permit to build out K1 speed. Now, I can't explain why this was issued April 14th of 2023 when they've been saying since last year, specifically June 27th, that everything was built out. So there's a conflict there. When I tried to post on this K1 Speed blog at the bottom here, the most recent date here is, or it doesn't show dates here, the most recent post is from Nathan here. I tried to post a comment here asking them specifically that, hey, I looked at the public records. You guys didn't have a building permit issued until April 14th of this year. You've been saying the facility is done and you've just been waiting on these final approvals with the city, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Would you care to clarify? And they evidently deleted my message and have ignored me. That's been 4 or 5 days now. Then I also got into a little bit of a conflict once I asked for a refund, but that'll be a different story. So I encourage you, if you want to dig into this stuff, it's all here. What's actually even a little more interesting than just the building permit is this inspection history. This kind of tells a lot. I won't go into super detail here, but if you go back to the beginning, the permit was pulled, permit was issued. I don't know when it was pulled, but issued April 14th. So on April 19th was a job meeting, plumbing and mechanical, meeting with the contractor, another meeting with the GC on plumbing and mechanical, indoor karting, etc., etc. What gets more interesting are some of these failed inspections. No contractor on site. For that one, this is a job meeting with the electrical inspector. Walked the project with electrical contractor. Owners have large generator running entire building. All work inside building is new work. No record of any inspections. New electrical contractor did not have electrical city approved drawings. Per their sheet index, electrical had stamped drawings, but no info on the panels and transformer they wanted inspected. City should verify if the interior work for this project has approved city stamped drawings for work done inside and list of inspections that we approved. So this guy's basically saying he doesn't have a record. So maybe that's what's going on here is the city has lost the records for this project. I don't know. or I guess it's possible there wasn't a permit and the work was done. It wouldn't be the first time something like that happened. I don't want this video to be 4 hours long, so I'm not going to go through all of these other inspection results and notes, but you can see failed, pass, partial pass, fail. And then if I jump ahead here, the most recent inspections here are, they had, well, what's kind of discouraging here is that July 19th of 2023, they failed their final electrical inspection and there are no notes available. I don't see another record here for a final electrical. There is a service equipment electrical that they passed. Again, no inspection notes. That was July 20th. I don't think that's the same thing, but I suppose that's plausible. And then for some more, encouraging news, they did have a final mechanical inspection on November 7th of 2023 that they passed. Final mechanical, okay, nothing much noted there. And then another inspection here, or I guess it's technically not an inspection, this was an investigation assistant. So sometimes you can call the inspector out just to ask questions or walk him through something so you get a better understanding. That's pretty common. But the records are here. So when will this be done? When will they be open? I have no idea, but this does appear to be a little bit more than just signing off a couple of things with the city and dotting I's and crossing T's. This seems a bit more involved. So if this is interesting to you guys and you want me to do more of this, I can dig into some more of these inspection history, inspection notes, and some of the building permit records to see what actually has, what's under a permit, and dig into the details. If you find it interesting, let me know by commenting and liking the video. That just the subscribing and liking videos is it does help the channel grow, but more importantly, it helps me know what kind of videos to keep making or not making. So if I make this and nobody watches it or likes it, I probably won't do this again. But if you guys find this interesting and want me to dig into this stuff a little bit more, it's a little geeky, but we can do that.